Here's a quick review of the Wenger Minathor 50. Now, the Minathor stands for Mini Atelier du Horloger. Sorry for the horrible French, but that means small watch workshop. I got this about 8 to 10 years ago when Amazon had it discounted to maybe $80 or $90 roughly, something along those lines. I don't have any Swiss Army knives. I'm not into knives in any way, but this caught my eye because it has Bergeon watch tools in there, and I thought it would be worth a go. So this has some regular, I guess, Swiss Army knife things that I've never used, such as a corkscrew and what they call a reamer for making holes in things. Sometimes apparently they have a hole for running a stitch through it to use as an awl, but this one doesn't have that. It has a basic knife that I've probably used once or twice for something. A bottle opener and a file. Semi-useful. We have what they call a toothpick that I've used for a number of non-toothpick related things, and as you can see has deformed. And little tweezers that are a lot more useful than they have any right to be. They're pretty well made and sturdy. I believe that's it with the non-watch related tools, so let's move on. This is a really useful little tool right here. This is a magnifying glass. This is a scale in millimeters, which is very useful for watch related things. And most interestingly enough, this is a spring bar tool. This is a standard Bergeon case back opener that I've used quite a few times, and knock on wood, I've not sliced into my palm yet, though I may have just jinxed myself. And let's see, and this is the driver that you can attach the tools that are in here, and this opens up like that. Now here we have a file. Here we have screwdrivers of varying sizes. Now, I added a few extra ones aside from the ones that came here originally, and each one I believe is about $10 or so, and you can still get them. They're very expensive. I've had some problems, as you can see here, with chipping away. So, of course, it's been used a lot, so I don't know if really it's an indicator of the quality or anything like that, but I'm just throwing that out there. And this is how it attaches, and it's really, really useful. But I'll get more into that a bit later. Again, this is a file, or screwdrivers. This is a reamer that is useful to remove straps if you have drilled lug holes, assuming they can fit in there. And you have more bits here, and this little thing is called a reamer, according to them. But I find it very useful for applying oil or silicone grease, like silicone grease to a gasket or something like that. And that's the basic functionality. There are other little bits I think you can order to replace these. And again, they run from, I think, $10 and up. There's at least one seller on eBay who has them. Initially, when I bought this, I used it when I went to flea markets and estate sales and things like that. That way, if you found a watch there, you could explore it within reason and like pop the case back open and things like that. So that's why I bought it. As time went on, I didn't really have much time to go to estate sales, especially now with a small child, so it mostly sits on my desk. But even though I have a full-size set of tools, I still find myself using this a lot, because there's just a convenience in having everything in one small area where you could put things away. Apparently, this is discontinued, and amongst at least Swiss Army watch collectors, this has gotten quite expensive in the $200–300 range. Now, I'm very happy with what I paid for it. As far as these prices, I don't know if I could really recommend it for someone who would use it at home. I guess if you go to flea markets or estate sales or something along those lines, it probably has some value, though. Again, at maybe $200 to $300, you're probably better off buying a decent set of screwdrivers and a case knife and calling it a day. But if you're a collector, apparently these are more valuable than I think they are. So there's that. And I hope you guys found this interesting. And as usual, thanks for watching.